Picture this. It's a Tuesday in November. You have spent the last 12 months arriving early, staying late, covering for colleagues, rescuing broken projects, and quietly fixing problems that would have embarrassed your entire department. You have documentation. You have receipts. You have a color-coded spreadsheet of your accomplishments that your manager has never once asked to see. And now, after a year of quiet excellence, it is finally your moment. The performance review meets expectations, not exceeds, not exceptional, not even pretty good, honestly, meets expectations. The corporate equivalent of a participation trophy, delivered with a straight face by someone who learned your last name approximately 4 minutes before this meeting. Welcome to the performance review illusion, where a year of your life is compressed into a number between 1 and 5, chosen not because it reflects your performance, but because the system was never designed to reward you in the first place. Let's start with the timeline. You have been performing for 365 days. Your manager will think about your performance for approximately 45 minutes, and that's if you're lucky. Most of that 45 minutes will be spent on the last 6 weeks. This phenomenon has a name. Psychologists call it the recency bias. Corporate culture calls it how we've always done it. This means the barnstorming quarter you had in February? Gone. The project you single-handedly saved in April? Ancient history. The one presentation that went slightly sideways in October? Your manager wrote that down. But here where it gets truly spectacular. Even if your manager did remember the whole year, even if they had perfect photographic recall of every deadline you hit and every fire you quietly put out, it still might not matter. Because performance reviews are not at their core about performance. They are budget conservations dressed in the costume of feedback. And the costume has been wearing thin for years. Now, because we value your time here at the Workplace Satirist, let's decode the language of the modern performance review. Consider this your free pocket guide to what is actually being said. You've had a great year. Translation: we're softening you up before the number. There's definitely room for growth. Translation: we have identified specific reasons not to promote you, none of which we will share. You need to work on your executive presence. Translation: we have no substantive feedback, but we need to justify it too. I really went to bat for you on this rating. Translation: the system gave you a 2. I turned it into a 3. You're welcome. This isn't a reflection of your work, it's just a tough year for budgets. Translation: this is absolutely a reflection of what we're willing to pay you. We see you on a leadership truck. Translation: we would like you to do leadership-level work at your current salary for the foreseeable future. That last one isn't technically a performance review phrase, but we felt it needed to be here. Here is something your HR department hopes you don't know. At many large companies, your rating isn't just a reflection of your performance. It's a reflection of where you land on a predetermined curve. This is called forced distribution, or stack ranking, or, if your company uses a friendly name, calibration. The process works like this. Your manager submits their ratings. Then a group of managers get into a room, or more likely a video call, and redistribute those ratings until they fit a company-mandated curve. Someone has to be a 2. Someone has to be a 5. The math has to work out. In practice, what this means is that your rating is partially decided by the performance of people you've never met, in teams you've never worked with, doing jobs that have nothing to do with yours. You could have had your best year ever. If Karen in the Phoenix office also had her best year ever, and Karen has a better relationship with her skip level, Karen gets the 5. You get the 3. Karen gets the story. You get the lesson. And here's the kicker. A 3 meets expectations often has a salary increase cap built in. It doesn't matter how strong your year was. The rating triggers the ceiling. The curve isn't a measuring tool. It's a cost control mechanism, and it has your name on it. Let's talk about the reward at the end of this process. The average merit increase following a meets expectations rating sits somewhere between 2 and 3%. Let's be generous. Let's call it 3. You have received a pay cut that arrives in an envelope with the word congratulations on it. Meanwhile, the cost of your rent, your groceries, your car insurance, and your health insurance premiums have all risen, politely, and without asking your manager for approval first. The performance review did not reward your year. It documented why the company was comfortable offering you less than you need, in language carefully designed to make you feel like you received something. Every office has 2 distinct species when performance review season arrives. There is the performer. The performer has metrics. The performer has metrics. The performer built a tracker. The performer sent weekly updates that nobody read. completed 3 certifications on their own time, and can cite exact timestamps for every deliverable from the past year, the performer will receive a 3. Then there is the politician. The politician spent Q3 having coffee with directors. The politician volunteers loudly in all-hands meetings, regardless of whether they have anything to add. The politician's signature contribution is being enthusiastically visible at exactly the right moments. The politician will receive a 4, a leadership track mention, and first tick of next year's projects. The painful truth the performance review reveals, not about your work, but about your company, is this. In many organizations, the skill of being seen performing is rewarded far more reliably than the skill of actually performing. This is not an accident. It is a feature of a system designed by people who thrived within it. So what do you actually do with all of this? First, document everything, but don't do it for them. Do it for you. Do it for you. Your accomplishments list is your leverage in salary negotiation, your next job interview, and the quiet reminder that you know what you're worth even when the system pretends not to. Second, manage upward, strategically. Visibility is a skill. Sending a short, monthly, "here's what I shipped this month" email to your manager isn't self-promotion, it's memory management. You're doing their job for them. Do it anyway. Third, use the review meeting itself. Ask 2 questions your manager will not expect. What would a 5 look like for this role? And what specifically would need to change about my trajectory for a promotion conversation in the next 6 months? Vague answers tell you everything you need to know about whether a future here is real. And finally, remember this. A performance review is one company's opinion, expressed through one manager's memory, filtered through a budget spreadsheet, and dressed up as dash-up spread of truth. It is not a referendum on your worth. It is a data point. Treat it like one. The performance review was never designed to tell you how good you are. It was designed to tell you how much they're willing to pay. The moment you understand the difference, you stop auditioning for their approval and start negotiating from a position of self-awareness. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and for the love of everything, keep your receipts.